Everybody always talks about moving to Fort Lauderdale, but really nobody breaks down what it actually costs to live here. The walkability, the nightlife, the waterfront sounds good, right? But on the flip side, people don't tell you about the chaos, the high HOA fees, the traffic, and much more. In today's video, I'm going to break down the pros and cons to living in downtown Fort Lauderdale. None of this fluffy stuff, no sales pitch, just the raw truth. Let's get into it. What's going on, Noah? My name is Noel Figueroa. I'm a real estate agent here in South Florida. Now, I have covered Fort Lauderdale before. I did videos on top 5 neighborhoods you should look into, as well as what it actually costs to live in the city as a whole. But downtown Fort Lauderdale itself, it's its own animal. It's not the suburbs, it's not Coral Springs, it's not Weston. Downtown Fort Lauderdale is the city lifestyle you're looking for, minus the Miami level chaos. Now, I have had clients reach out to me within a year or two, some loving it and some hating it. So I highly recommend watching this video before signing your first year agreement or buying that first $1 million condo. So let's jump right into this video. Pro number 1, walkability. And this is a big one for a lot of people. You see, once when you leave your condo, you're right on the main strip of Las Olas, which has the best restaurants, the best coffee shops, parks to jog or take your pet-friendly animals with you. You have it there. And that's rare in Florida in general because, let's be real, you really need a car to live here, but not here in downtown Fort Lauderdale. Think about it. In Broward County in general, you have to drive to meet your friends, go out for lunch, grab a cup of coffee, but not in downtown Fort Lauderdale, you walk. And that changes your lifestyle completely. You're not just living in a condo, you're living in an area where things happen right at your front door. Now, the New River is a big part of this. You have this long path on New River, perfect for families just going for a stroll with their kids, jogging, just walking and talking with your friends and family. And there's a lot of action that happens non-stop there. You have the farmers market that happens consistently, live music play. If you're someone that wants something like this consistently, this happens year round. Pro tip number 2, and for a lot of reasons why people move to this area, the restaurants and the nightlife. You have everything on one trip. You want Italian, seafood, steak, rooftop parties. There is everything for everyone there. And that's why people like it. It's the lifestyle that offers in the daytime and, more importantly, in the nighttime as well. And think about this. If you're single or even a couple, this is great. You have entertainment happening all year around long. Plus, you don't gotta pay crazy Uber prices. You just leave your house, whether you have a single family house or a condo, you just walk right out to the main strip of Las Olas and you could go to the best restaurant, go to the nightclub, and then just walk back to your home. It is that simple, and you don't have to pay an Uber or take a cab to your home because you're in an area that everything is walkable. But on the flip side, outside of just the bars and restaurants, there are other entertainment happening around. You have the art gallery, you have the comedy shows that happen. There's a variety of things going on just outside of just drinking or going to some of the best restaurants in Broward County itself. And here's the best thing. You don't have to drive to Miami, South Beach, Brickell to experience that lifestyle. You have it right at your front door. So why move there? I don't know why people still move there. Stop it. Move to Fort Lauderdale. Pro number 3, the water, the boating lifestyle. This is one of the reasons why people move here as well. Fort Lauderdale is built on canals. If you're buying a condo right on New River or any condo that has waterfront access, you're gonna notice there's gonna be a boat parked right behind your building. And here's the good thing about this. Some of these buildings itself do come with marina slips. So if owning a boat or you have a boat and figuring out where to put it, don't worry, Fort Lauderdale has you covered on that. And here's the good thing about living in Fort Lauderdale. I had the privilege the past 2 years during the boat show that happens every year around holiday time. My mother-in-law was renting a high-rise that I put her in 2 years ago. We had access to the boat slip area, and we seen the boats come from New River all the way down to Pompano Beach. and it was an amazing experience. Last year ago, I visited my buddy that lives right above New River where it starts the boating show, and we seen it from his terrace, which is an amazing experience. So whether you're renting or living there, to experience that itself or just in general seeing it every day, if you're into boating and yachts, this is an area I would highly recommend checking out. Real quick, guys, if you are enjoying today's video so far and you feel like downtown is an area that sounds good to you, make sure to comment below and I'll send you my free location guide right here in Fort Lauderdale. Get back to the video. Now, like always, you can't have the good and not have the bad. So let's jump into the cons now. Con number one, affordability. Now, it sounds good. The lifestyle, the restaurants, the boats, the canals. But what does it cost to get you to actually live here in Fort Lauderdale? Well, I'll give it to you like this. Just breaking into, and this is just into a new development as an example. Some of these condos are starting as low as $400,000 to $450,000. And this could be a one bedroom or a studio. And mind you, this is a new development. What happens if we're talking about a condo that's not new development? You could probably find some for $400,000 to $450,000, but there's always a spin out to it. I'm going to touch on that in a second. Now, what happens if you don't want a studio or a one bedroom? You're going to be looking at close to at least $600,000 to $700,000 just to get better views, better bedrooms, like 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. It increases, and the level of buying a condo, as an example, in a high rise, the higher the floor, the more you're paying in price because you're just paying for the view. Now, take away the pricing out of the equation. Let's look at HOAs. That is a big kicker here in South Florida. You see, in this area in general, they go by price per square foot, and depending on the building, it can start as low as, for example, $5 price per square foot, all the way down to $1.25. Where if you go outside of Fort Lauderdale, for example, if you go to Coral Springs, let's just say, a condo there for $400,000 could be as simple as $450 a month. They're not charging you a price per square foot. So depending on the building you're staying at and the floor you're purchasing at, that could be the difference in price point. And let's be real, who wants to pay $1,500, for example, on HOA fees, and that's not including your mortgage if you're financing and you're not buying all cash? My best recommendation to counter this when buying is start with a rental the first year. Really see if this is an area for you, and then if you feel like this is where you want to be in the next couple of years, then purchase to counter this con right here. Con number two, and this is where it gets people to leave Fort Lauderdale faster, is parking and traffic. Las Olas gets backed up real quickly, and during season, it even gets worse as time progresses on. Imagine trying to get home at 5:30 p.m. on a Friday. Good luck. And let's talk about parking situations. Now, if you're buying a condo in downtown Fort Lauderdale, here's the caveat some people don't know. Most of these buildings only come with one parking spot. You have to either pay for a second parking spot if it's available, or they do valet parking. And let's not forget the visitors as well. If your building doesn't come with any parking spaces or any type of parking with your unit, you have to look for parking in the street. And think about it, when it is busy time, good luck. And finally, the noise is another thing. You're living in an urban area. If your condo is facing right on Las Olas, think about it. You're hearing the music, the chit-chatter, the horns honking when there's traffic, the garbage trucks at 6 a.m. For most people, that could be annoying. People may love the lifestyle, but the noise they may hate. And this is why a lot of people leave downtown Fort Lauderdale and move to places like Parkland because they don't mind paying a premium, but their peace and quiet is something when you're spending that type of money you really want. Con number 3, this is a tourist destination. Living here is one thing, but visiting is another. Downtown Fort Lauderdale is one of the hottest places a lot of tourist people visit, and for someone that lives there, that could cost you in many ways. Think about it. You have snowbirds that come down to visit during the summertime, during wintertime. You have spring break. You have events that are happening consistently in South Florida, and this is a hot area people want to visit. And visitors typically come down from November all the way down to April. Restaurants get packed, parking gets hectic, the crowd gets wild, wait time is unbearable, the beaches are packed, and mind you, you live here, this isn't your backyard. Imagine trying to get a reservation at your favorite restaurant on a normal Saturday that you normally get anytime. Good luck. Now, most people don't mind this because they like the energy, the crowd, and they can really handle that. But if you're someone that wants peaceful quietness all year round, this may not be it, and downtown Fort Lauderdale will really test your patience with this. The real question is, who is downtown Fort Lauderdale really for and who isn't it for? Well, let's see. For those that want walkability right at your front door, this is for that crowd. For someone that wants lifestyle and doesn't mind living in a condo and not buying a property in the middle of nowhere just to be around areas, this is for that group. If you want waterfront, the best restaurants, this is for you. But more importantly, if you don't mind paying a premium for the location, this is for you. But as always, please check out those HOA fees because they vary based on each building. Ultimately, this is not for the following group. If you want a big yard, peace and quiet, away from civilization, this is not an area for you. If you don't like traffic, loud noise, and a lot of partying happy, this isn't for you. If you're looking for your forever home, see you can raise your kids here, this may not be the area for you. And lastly, if you have a tight budget, this may not be an area for you as well. At the end of the day, no area is perfect. Downtown Fort Lauderdale gives pros and cons like everywhere else. If you want lifestyle and the best of the best, this area is for anyone. But if you're someone that's looking for family oriented, big backyards, peaceful and quiet, this may not be for you as well. If you're thinking about moving to downtown Fort Lauderdale and you feel like this is an area for you, whether it's to rent, buy an investment, or just buy your first property, make sure to comment below. Let's set up a consultation. I would love to help you out in any way. And as always, make sure to follow for future content to learn more about the lifestyle living here in South Florida. Subscribe for the real truth and none of that fluffy stuff. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.